All right, so this is TikTok ads made easy. Okay, this is one of one where I share with you everything that I do to help get conversion for any kind of business you are into. And getting this conversion, we want to get it at the best cost possible. So we're not going to be spending so much, but we're going to be getting the much needed result for our business, for our brand. Okay, so that's what this course is about. So term here means TikTok ads made easy. And I'm going to also be giving you access to the Snapchat ads made easy, my new course on Snapchat ad. Okay, so let's proceed on this journey. Now, the first thing to do is your profile optimization. The TikTok page that you have on the app is what you need to link to the ads manager to start running ads. As a matter of fact, people don't see the ads manager. What they see is the TikTok profile. And because that's what people see, is important that we give it the needed attention. Okay, so that's why the profile optimization comes first. Okay, of course, you know that you can run ad with the profile alone. You know, you can run ad. That's the one people have been doing, but these days it doesn't really work as it used to work. Okay, because that was where we all started. We used the promote button on the app and then start promoting, and some of us were able to be getting results. In fact, that was where I focused my first course on TikTok ad before last year, being 2025. They enabled the ads manager for Nigeria. Okay, so because the profile account is the front end now, when it comes to running ad with the ads manager being the back end, it's important that we focus on it. And focusing on it, we look at a number of things. Number one is your profile name. It has to speak to what you are doing. Okay. I normally use people who are into fashion to explain. Somebody might be selling shoes. So you hear or you see a profile name that says something like shoe vendor in Lagos or shoe vendor in Ibadan. Okay. Now, that is part of the optimization needed for a business account. By the way, there are two types of profiles. There is the personal profile and there is the business profile. The one you use to run ad on the ads manager is the business profile, and the two are not the same at all. For instance, if you are using the business profile, like we'll see in a moment, you will see that even if you have no followers, you can still set up your email, you can still set up your phone number. Okay, so that makes it peculiar in a sense. They optimized it for ads, right? So that if you are into business, you will not say, oh, I don't have 1,000 followers to add link on my bio, right? There are other things you can do. And beyond that, there are other features that the business profile has, that the business page has, that the personal page doesn't have. Personal page has its own advantage, all right? But here now we are talking about business, and it's important that we give all attention to that. If you want to still keep a personal page, not a problem, you can create another page, right? And make it personal. But the one for business, make it a business page. So your profile name has to speak to what you are doing. For instance, that person I mentioned that sells shoes and says shoe vendor in Lagos. Now, one of the things it does is that it helps people to not ask unnecessary questions. So when I come to your comment section, I shouldn't be asking, where are you based, right? Because I've seen that you said you are in Lagos. Now, there are still some people who might not see that and comment, but to a large extent, you have tried to reduce such comments on your page so that people can ask more relevant questions. Okay, so that's about the name. There are other things, but you need to focus on this to be sure that the name tallies with what you are doing. Another thing is the profile picture, right? Yeah, so it has to also speak to what you are doing, right? It might be your face. In some cases, people want to put up their face or put out their face there. It can as well be your logo, right? Because this is a business we're talking about. Then when it comes to the description, try as much as possible to make your description clear and straightforward for everybody who reads to understand. One of the things you can do is to go to maybe Meta AI on WhatsApp, or you use ChatGPT, detail it what you do and tell it to use this to give you a profile description for your TikTok. So whatever it gives you at the end of the day, you can find a way to adjust it to suit what you are doing. So that way you have um, a well structured profile description to use on your page. Are you getting this? Then the other things anyway, but let's now come to the video that you post on the page. The videos you post on that page must be consistent. Now, you must not have followers to run ad with any TikTok account. But when it comes to content, it is advised that you have some content, you have some videos. Normally, what I will advise is at least have up to 6 videos. 6 means that you have the first row and the second row covered, because in a row they have 3 videos. Okay, and these videos must be consistent with what your profile page is about. So you don't go into selling shoes and then you are mixing up everything. No, it is important to dedicate a page to a particular thing. And since you can create more than one page, then try as much as possible to separate things, because when you start running ad, it's important that you don't try to bring everything. Maybe you are doing 5 things, you are trying to bring the 5 things into one ad. Imagine where I'm trying to promote TikTok ad, Snapchat ad, Facebook ad, all in one. It might make sense. Okay, let me not even say ads. I'm promoting TikTok ad, I'm promoting affiliate marketing, I'm promoting different things all in one video. Now, you might think, oh, it's fine, but you have also confused the algorithm. It doesn't know who to push it to, whether people who need affiliate marketing training or people who need advertisement. So you have confused everything and you can't get result that way. Are you following this? So it's important that you structure this. If there are videos, there are people that when I check their page, I'll tell them, okay, you need to put these videos on private because they don't speak to what your page should be about. So they will have to go and audit their videos, hide the ones that should be hidden, and then leave the ones that should be there. One of the things that happens is that the first video of yours that people see doesn't automatically review your page. But now, if that video is interesting enough, people like me will want to, if I want to give you a follow, I will now have to go to your page and check, right, if I can see such videos again. So if I now come and I'm seeing other things, I'll feel like, no, this is not a place to be. So I will not be able to give you a follow. So if you also want to grow your followership on the platform, this is key, right? Very, very important. Okay. So now let me come to, I think I've spoken a bit about the posting on your page. Yeah, I've not spoken about this. I'll come to this in a moment, but let me finalize on this posting on your page. Now, those things you do, maybe you do affiliate marketing and that's what you're posting, you should start getting organic engagement before we think of even promoting the video or your page, right? Because if you post something that is relevant to people, right, that is entertaining enough, because the platform TikTok is basically about entertainment. So people say edutainment. In other words, you are giving education but wrapped in a form of entertainment. Are you following this? So that you can get the much needed attention. Okay, so you are supposed to start getting organic engagement, organic follow, right, based on your content, because this is a game of content and contact. By content, I mean what you offer, okay, what you are selling, what you are marketing, right? If you sell goods, we talk about the goods you sell. If it's training, the training or service. So this is what I mean by content. It is based on this content of yours that you should be expecting contact, which is followers, right? When we are talking about the platform TikTok now. So let me come to follower and following count. This is one place that we have to look at. Of course, if you have a number of followers, it gives more credibility to your page. Okay. But even if you don't have any follower, you can still start running ad. I have someone I'm running ad for. He's into one of the medical products, hair something, something, hair growth something. Now, at the time, he has like, I think 39 followers. I told him, okay, let's see whether we can run ad to grow your followers. He put in about 15,000, but the best he could get was about 180 followers at the end of the day. So we started the ad. As we speak now, his follower count is over 1,000. That was from last 3 weeks. Okay. Now he's not pursuing followers. Now he's giving content, right? As people see that content, they are now giving him follow. That's why I said he's content contact, content followers. Okay. So this is the game in any business at all that is successful, in any business at all where people are making sales. You can't remove any of these two there, content and contact. So there's something the person is selling and there are people who need it. I was giving instance of people who are in network business. When they go to maybe mosques or churches, they are looking for either a man or the pastor, because this is the person who has the audience. So they speak to this person to get the attention of the audience, then they have the contact. And when it comes to platform like TikTok, Meta, and the rest, what we are going for them is that they have the contact. Facebook basically doesn't have any content. What they have, what they sell is contact. So they tell you, sign up on our platform for free. It's not for free. Because at the end of the day, when people start running ad, they begin to sell the person's contact to you. That's basically what they do. So if you grow, of course, why you go to influencers and all those things is because of content, contacts, not content. Is it not? That's it. So if you have the needed contact, you wouldn't be talking about running ad the way we're talking about it now. You might still want to run ad, but when you have the needed contact, you won't only be running ad. People will be coming to you to run ad through you. I have a lady I just paid some amount of money to help me post on her page. You think she has 1,000 followers? No, she has over 100 followers who are active, because it's not just about having the contact. You also have relevant contact. You can have 1 million followers who are not engaging. And that brings me to the point that most people are not aware of. There are a lot of bots, B-O-T-S, bots. That's like on real accounts on any of these platforms, whether TikTok or Meta, right? There are a lot of bots. People create on real accounts, right? They create it with some of these bots, and that's what sometimes they used to give you some views, and you look and see that, oh, this person has a lot of views. But when the person makes a post, you won't see engagement. Okay. So it's important. Otherwise, you'll be running ad, you'll be saying, oh, I'm getting clicks and clicks. Nobody's coming to my DM. Some of them might be bots. Okay. And that's why I strongly recommend using the lead generation objective when it comes to running ad, especially on the TikTok platform. Okay. So your follower and following count is important. Now, your page supposed to be like a celebrity page, your business page. What I mean is, if you check any celebrity, you see that the person might have maybe one or two persons. In fact, some of them don't even have anybody they are following, but they have millions of followers. You see, and even if they have people they are following, it might just be few. But then I see people who say they want to promote their product. The person is following 500 people and just 2 people are following the person. It doesn't make sense. So it means you're pursuing people. You don't pursue people. It's just like money. You don't pursue money. What you pursue is value. And people who need value will now come to you. You don't need to pray to God for money when you have a product or skill that you can offer. What you need to ask God is for clients, for customers. I don't know if I'm getting the point. Because it's needless asking for money. What you have is the skill. What you have is the goods, is the product, is the value. So what you now need are the customers, are the clients as they come. Remember, contact content. That's what we create currency. That's like, in life and neutral wire when it comes to electricity. Coming together of the neutral and the life wire brings the current. That's how contact and content should produce currency, should produce money. That is very, very important. So you don't want to run ad that converts. And when we check your page, you're following more people than those following you. I'm not saying it's wrong to follow people, but I said, since it's a business page, make it like a celebrity page. Don't focus on following people. Focus on the content that you are presenting or you are posting on that page. Okay. Now, having said all of this, the last thing I want to say here is we are looking at running ad that convert, running ad whereby people start engaging with us, whether on our DM or on our landing page. Now, I added this here to prepare for the outcome, prepare for the effects. Some people don't, right? I was running ad for a lady and I had to stop it at a point because people started coming to her DM and she doesn't know what to do, whether to tell them she sells based on pre-order or whatever. So she was confused what exactly she's into. So you need to be prepared. First of all, be prepared for the number of people that will be engaging with you. Are you ready to answer them? And then also prepare for the direction you are supposed to be giving them. So if you don't prepare for this and you start running ad, then you start getting a lot of attentions your way. Then you might not be able to manage it, and then it becomes failure on your part. Okay, so having explained all of this, I think I need to show you a profile. Okay, let me connect my phone so that we can look at a profile just in a moment. Now, if you look up there, you see my name, then only does TikTok ads. What did I even write here again? Ads, I think strategies, or okay, setup pro or something like that. That's what I wrote. Okay. Now, you see how many people are following. Now, this was my first TikTok account. It wasn't even the one I was using before to run ad, but I sold that one I was using. So I started using this one. I was using this one to post something else, but I grew. Of course, when I started, I was doing follow to follow. So I got over 1,000 to following me, right? So I decided to stop. And before I know it, they all disappeared. I reduced it. So I resolved to keep posting only content. So it was content that I then used to grow the page. And why it is at this point is I have not been posting as I used to. Okay, but that's not the point here. So I chose to put my picture here for now, but you can see the name. So just looking here, you know that okay, this is about TikTok. Okay, now I didn't put any location because this is a what's it called, a digital service or a digital product here, so I can sell to anybody anywhere in the world. Now you see the description I have here. Now this description at the end of the day, you see it has a call to action. Okay, so you see that at the end of the day, after talking about my TikTok ads made easy course, I say click below to get it, and this is the seller link, right? So a call to action is important. If you finish everything you are ranting and you don't give a call to action, it doesn't make sense, whether it's when you are running ad or you are optimizing your page. Is very, very important. Now you can see an email here. That's whether or not this page has a follower, I can still have an email. Okay, so it's quite easy to get that because you are using a business account. So if I want to switch from personal account to business account, I'll just go to this hamburger icon, the three lines by the top right. I'll click on it. If it's business account, you see business suite. Okay, so let me click on we'll still use this button, your QR code, when I ask you to scan, right? So we're going to be using this button when we talk about QR code, because when I want to connect your TikTok account, this account to Ads Manager, I'll ask you to come here. Another way is to log in. You give me your password, your login details, I'll log in from my end. But if I don't want to do that, I'll ask you to go to this place, click on, of course, by then I would have sent you a QR code. So you now click on this QR code, and then up here, top right, you will see something like a block. You click on it. When you click on it, this will come up. Can you see? And you can scan the QR code, or if it's on your phone, you can click on gallery. In my own case, I'll click on maybe gallery down here. That's down here, and pick it from inside my phone. Okay, but I'm not going to be doing any of those now. So let's return to what we wanted to do here. So I said you come to this place. When you come to this place, click on settings and privacy. When you click on settings and privacy, you will now see account. I click on account. So when you click on account, you will now see If it's telling you switch to personal account, it means it's already on business account. This is what I'm talking about now. So my own is on business. That's why it's saying switch to personal account. So I'm not going to switch it. Okay. Now, one more thing since we came here. If you mistakenly have your TikTok page connected to an ads manager and you didn't know how it happened, okay? So you are trying to, because you can only connect one TikTok page to an ads manager per time. Or rather, let me put it this way. When it comes to running ad, you can connect as many TikTok accounts to an ads manager. That's for running ad, right? But for the page itself, where we link a particular account, it's only one TikTok account you can link per time. And now, once you've linked this TikTok account to that ads manager, in other words, it shows that this TikTok account is married to this ads manager. Once that is done, you cannot connect that same TikTok account, that's that profile, to another ads manager. So if you want to do that, you will have to disconnect it from the current one. Now, what I'm trying to explain is sometimes people have made that mistake. Maybe they are trying to use their app to create the ads manager and they get stuck. They now approach me to help them create the ads manager. And by the time we want to link the TikTok account, I notice that it's already connected to another ads manager. So how do you go about that? You can find a way to log into the ads manager and disconnect it. But then that is a longer route. That's a longer process. So the simple thing to do is I'll ask the person to come to this hamburger icon again, and then go to settings and privacy, and then go to security and permissions, and then go to apps and service permissions. Can you see the ads manager connected here? So if I want to remove, let me say this second one here, I click on it. Can you see down here it says remove all access? So once I click here now, it will disconnect it from that ads manager. So I can now connect it to another ads manager, okay? So that's about that, okay? I want to show you something else about the business profile, though I'm not sure it's on all accounts, but I have it almost in all my business accounts, whether I have up to 1,000 followers or not. Now, if you check here, of course, consistently, you see that I'm talking about TikTok ads here. But this page used to be a page I share relationship tips on, okay? But I want to show you something. These are some of the testimonials. This one. I mean, from here, this one is a testimonial, this one is a testimonial. But I want to show you something about those. Let me click on this. Okay. Okay, let me pause it. Now, do you see this here? Send inquiry is a button, and I'm not running ad to have this button put here. Okay, so it's one of the benefits you have when you are using a business account. So you can easily add this button that on your normal post, when people see the button, they can click on it and then go to maybe, can you see this one now? I made it that the person can message me on TikTok. Can you see? So once the person click on this, the person can message me. So I put this one for inquiry. There's another one. Okay, now see this one, interested. Okay, so when I click on it, it's loading. Let's see what happens. So it's different from that other one where you have inquiry, right? So automatically my email is appearing here. So anybody else who is on TikTok, the moment they click on it, this is what shows, and then the person can click on submit. The moment the person clicks on submit, for instance, it will redirect the person to, can you see? It says start a chat on WhatsApp. Can you see? So that's how this one works. Okay. Now, the other optimization you can do here, that's on your TikTok page. Okay. If we come to this hamburger icon again, now that button or those buttons I showed you, okay, where you can easily set them up is by going to this business studio. So you can't do it with personal account. So you click on business studio. Okay. Now, under business studio, can you see get leads? So that's where you click to set them up. I did a video on my course on the app, TikTok ad on the app, where I covered how to set up the form. So here I have a number of forms. I think I have 21. Can you see? Under here, I have 21 forms. Okay, these are different forms depending on what I want to do. Okay, so if I want to post a video and I'm not sure I have any form that has the destination or the link that I want to send people to, I come here, just up here, okay, and click there. Once I click there, I'll be able to create a new form. Okay, I follow through and create a new form, but you need to do it very well so that you don't make mistake at the end. I don't want to create this one, so I'm closing it. Okay. Now, if you want to use the form, what you do is, let me return to TikTok, sorry. If I want to use that form, for instance, what I'll do is, let the app open first. Let me show you. Okay, so I was saying that if I want to use that form, I'll just click on maybe the plus sign to try to make a post. Let me just select any image or something just to show you. So I'm going to do as though I'm trying to post this video or this image, okay? Now I'll come down here where it says add link. Then can you see get lead? Click on get lead. When I click on get leads, it will bring out all the forms that I've created. Of course, after you create a form, they will have to preview it and then approve. So sometimes they might not approve. So anyone I want to use, I'll just click on add. Okay, I'll just click on add. I will be able to now select the call to action. Which one do I want? Is it subscribe? Is it interested? Is it order now? So that's it. I can just select what I want from here. If I don't want to go with get leads, I want the person to send me a message, I will go with direct messages. Okay. All right. So I don't think there's anything else to say here for now. So let's return to tutorial proper. All right, so we are done with this. Okay. So let's move on. Creative tips. Okay. Now, apart from your profile, which we have looked at, the next thing for us to look at is your creative. By creative, we are talking about the video or the image design that you are using for your ad. Are you there with me? Now, this is probably I can give the profile optimization 20%. But for this, I can give this 40% or more. Because your creative is what people see when you start running ad. And if you don't get it right, then this is a major reason you waste your money. Now, there is a structure for a creative. For instance, I don't want to go into that, but the first thing there is that you need to get the attention of anybody you are trying to sell to. And getting this attention is not like I want to sell to you. Nobody wants to be sold to. Are you following? Okay. So on a normal, if you want to get someone's attention that you know, and you know the person's name, you can just easily call the person's name and get the attention. But before we even get into that, let's talk about what you are promoting, what you are offering. If what you are promoting is not, and I mention again, is not something that people need, you are wasting your time. So you must be sure that this thing I'm trying to promote is what people need, right? So you have to have done your background work, background finding to know what people need. Okay. But there are things that you are sure that people need, like when it comes to things about health, about relationship, about money. These are evergreen niches, okay? But beyond that, when you're niching down, there are other things that people need, but you need to find out how to know that people need this. And sometimes people don't even know what they need. Your creative will help them. I don't know if you've heard the story of two shoe sales guys who went to a village, a community where they don't wear shoes, and one of them says, "Oh, they don't wear shoes here. I'm going to go back." Have you heard that story before? The other one says, "Oh, I'm going to educate them on the importance of shoes, give them free sample," and then that was how he started business, and he did well. So what I'm trying to say with that story is that sometimes people don't know what they need, because somebody is facing some challenges but he doesn't know, and that's why when you want to now get the attention of this person, remember the first thing: what people need. You must be sure that people need this. Okay, now you now want to get the attention of this person. The easiest way, since I don't know their name, is to call them by their problem. If you are in a new place, you just step into a new environment, you don't know anybody there, and all of a sudden somebody mentions your name or shouts your name, even though it's not you the person is calling, maybe the person meant to call somebody else that answers your name, you see that your attention will be drawn, right? So that's what happens when you mention the problem people are facing. And that's an angle sometimes to come with your creative, because there are different creative angles. So when you mention the problem somebody is facing, you can get the attention. And since we are also dealing with videos, right, or visuals, right, it also means that you might not mention it, you can show it. So once you can show what people are facing, right, and they recognize it, then you can easily get the attention. The guy I helped to sell his product on hair growth, something, something. He told me there were videos that were doing well on another platform, and that is also important because some videos that did well for you on Meta might not do well for you on TikTok. And some people don't understand that. In fact, sometimes the video that you are using to run ad on Meta, that's on Facebook and Instagram, that the platform approved there, TikTok might hardly approve it. You see, so TikTok rule is more strict than any platform I've seen. For instance, if I did a video on TikTok and I wrote this value like this, they will not approve it. Or some of you that you now write game, then that's a you now alternate it with art. You are risking your account with that. So these are some of the things they frown at. But if you do the same on some other platform, it might not be an issue. Might not. Okay. So that ad I did for the guy, the video was doing well on Facebook, so he said I should use it, and I used all the videos, and nothing was working out, and we have spent over 11,000 naira. So I had to pause. I went to one of his videos, and I edited that video. I posted that video. I used his video like that earlier, but the platform rejected it, so I took it up, and something that was shown at the middle, I brought it forward, and that was where the guy was showing his bar hair, and now showing how his hair looks like. Now, that was the first thing people are seeing on that video. These people have short attention span. So anything you want to show them, show them. And that's why on the platform, they encourage you to use video between 6 seconds and 60 seconds. Because they understand that people on the platform have short attention span. But then there's an exception. There are still occasions whereby you have gotten the attention of this person and you try to educate the person a bit. I have a video like that took like 1 plus something minutes and it still did well. But on a general note, your video should be as short as possible, right? And it has to begin to get the attention of the people from the very first second. And I've told you there are different ways. You can call them out by their problem or by showing them. You must not say anything. You can just show. People are seeing it. Sometimes people are seeing a video without voice, but they seem to understand what is going on. And so it's very, very important. Okay. So you have to connect with people before you can communicate with them. During this conversational training, you've seen that there are times that we had a disconnection. I was still talking, but I'm not communicating. So why was I not communicating? So talking is not communicating. That means running ad does not mean you're communicating. So I had to check again and I saw that, okay, there is a disconnection. So there has to be a connection first before there could be a communication, or before there can be a communication. So that attention you are trying to seek is getting the connection established. Okay, so you can call them out by their problems or by their desires. It's not everybody that is facing a problem. There are people that is a desire. They want this, they want that. Okay, so when you mention that, wow, the person's attention is drawn, then you must do justice to ensure that you retain this attention until you get this person to take action. Of course, in the structure of the ad creative, it must end as an ad creative that convert. It must end with a call to action. What you want the person to do, whether click this button to buy now, or to join the group, or to sign up, or to do anything. Very, very important. And this is important when we come to creating TikTok Ads Manager account, because people create without paying attention to what they do. And at the end of the day, they struggle with the best call to action button, because the way you create your account will, to a large extent, determine the kind of call to action button TikTok will assign to your account. Okay, so we are talking about a creative that works. Okay, and I'm talking about the call of attention, getting the attention of people. Okay. Now, if I use the Bible as a Christian, if I use the Bible, I always want to refer to two places. One was when God wanted to get the attention of Moses. He used a burning bush, but the interesting thing about that is not the burning bush, is the fact that the fire was burning, but the bushes, the leaves were not burning up. And that was like an attention grabber. And that made Moses to leave what he was doing and then corner. The moment he branched was when God started speaking to him. Another case was, or instance was, someone in the Bible. God came calling. Until God got his attention, he couldn't speak further. So you see, everything falls back to using some of these hooks, like they call it, to establish a connection. Like I said, without first a connection, communication is not possible. And if communication is to be affected, that means connection is already affected. So if network hits now, I might be talking, but you will not be hearing me. So speaking does not mean communicating. Okay. And this must be well understood when it comes to running ad that convert. Okay. So you have a hook that gets the attention of the people. Then you go ahead to talk to them about their pains or their desires, what they want, right? And every other thing you do, you show them solution. At the end of the day, you must. Why it's called a copy is that at the end of the day, it has a call to action, what you want this person to do. Okay, so let me return to your offer. Your offer must be something that people need. One, it must also be unique, because there are other people who are probably offering the same thing. So why should people come for your own? So there are many angles to approach your offer, maybe from the price uniqueness, or quality uniqueness, or delivery uniqueness. There are lots of angles to come, right? So, and it's based on these angles that you can do different creatives. Okay, you can come from the angle of their pain or the solution. And sometimes you can talk to people from, there's an ad I'm doing now, I'm talking to them from what they have been suffering. Maybe you've been running TikTok ads, so this person has an experience. Are you still there with me? So I speak from the person's experience, helping this person know that I understand what he or she has been going through. And then the person says, okay, if this person knows what I'm going through, it's probably possible for this person to also know the solution. So it's somebody I can listen to. Okay. So the person gives you attention. Okay. Now, much later, I will show you this creative display safe zone. That's when we come to the ads manager. I'll show you that on the ads manager. Okay. So your offer has to be unique. Your offer has to be in demand. Your offer has to be what people need. Now, I'll come to my value concept in a moment, but let's move on to the next thing here. The same way you get someone's attention by calling their real names, you get customers or clients' attention by calling their real problems or desires. Okay? So once you mention what that person is going through, the person will begin to listen to you. It might not show that, oh, I'm paying attention, but at the end of the day, because sometimes people are facing things they don't want to be the public to know about, so they want to hold it themselves. Much later, you see the person messaging you because you dropped your number, right? So it happens like that. So the next tip, there's a second tip here. Creative tip 2. Any ad that we convert well must speak clearly enough for the algorithm to know who needs it, and clearly enough for the right people to know it is for them. So every creative that you are doing is supposed to communicate the algorithm, right, as to who the audience you are looking for this product, and also should talk well about the offer such that when the algorithm presents it to the audience, they can easily get what you are saying. Okay, so you must do your job well to make your creative well defined. Otherwise, the algorithm will struggle to push it. And this is where I would say that in my training on TikTok ad, I don't talk about detailed targeting. I basically use my video. And by video, I mean, or let me say, I basically use my creative. By my creative, I mean, if I'm using video, what I said on that video, the description I added, the hashtag I added, right? All of that, I must do it in such a way that the algorithm understands what this is about and that my audience understand what this is about. And I don't actually have to be facing what you are facing or what you are providing the solution for me to understand your ad. Because this is an error some people make. They feel like, oh, anybody who needs it understand. No, it's not like that. So you must present this as though people don't understand it at all. So you must come from what is generally known to what is unknown, because sometimes your ad is not going to get to the direct person. It might be somebody else who knows this person that needs this. I don't know whether you're getting the point, because, for instance, sick patients might be in the hospital and somebody is going to buy a drug for them. So you know somebody who is sick of a kind, and you are checking somewhere on TikTok and you see what the person needs. If you don't understand that this is what the person needs, you will not be able to help this person to see this video. So that's why you see some people on the comment section sometimes they are tagging people, because they understand that, oh, this thing is good, even though I don't need it, I know somebody who needs it. So that is important. It's also the reason people reshare people's video, because they feel, okay, I know people who need this more. So all is to make your creative well explained to the algorithm and also to the people. With this, you have greater chances of your ad converting well. All right, so let's come to my value concept. Now, I use this if I'm writing a book, if I'm creating a product. All right, so anything I do, I created the concept after I had a bad outing. Let me put it that way. I submitted one of my trainings, my courses, to a platform, an affiliate marketing platform, and they rejected it. So when they did, I did something. I had to go to their platform and I started buying some of the courses of people that they accepted. Not that I need those courses. I want to study and find out why. In fact, I want to look at the packaging and everything to know why they accepted those people's own and rejected my own, because they wouldn't tell me why. So in the course of that study, I came up with value concepts. Okay, so let's go into it. And of course, after I did, I sent them I repackaged my this thing without changing any content, just the packaging. I sent them again and they accepted it. So that shows you that the concept works. And I've used it since then to both help people and to do my own thing, and it has always worked. Okay, so the first thing is vision. That's the V. Okay, the V here stands for vision. Now, if you check what I said your product must be seen as either a vehicle. It moves people from where they are to where they want to be. So you have something you are offering, even if it's a group you want to fill up. right? You must be able to show people that if they join you on this journey, if they click that button, they must be transformed from a particular state to another that they want to. So somebody is at the state of no money. Your product or your video or your creative should show the person that if you click this button, I can journey you. I have what it takes to take you right from this no money state to a state where you have money. I follow you. Secondly, it's not everybody that needs this first one, but if you don't need this first one, certainly the second one, your product or your offer must be like a vault or a system that help people to protect what they already have, what they have achieved already. So there are people that are not looking for more money. They have enough money, but now they are afraid, hope I will not lose this money. So if I now have an offer that assures them that, oh, your money can be protected with me, what will happen? They will want to jump in. Are you following? So it can either serve as a vehicle or as a vault. Okay. So this is about vision. So vision is like asking you, what future does this create or guarantee?